Hello my dear friends. So this is the area where practically the Belgrade Waterfront begins. You see exactly the mark. Okay, they did some, because I was riding rollerblades here some months ago and this was, I believe, close to finished. Sava River, some ugly looking ships, some fishermen. And okay, now the nice neighborhood is, okay, although maybe the works have not been really perfect. You see some, yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, generally speaking, nice looking. And look at these empty shells of some of the remainings of some buildings. This is the Ben Akiba, I believe, from the other side. I'm not sure, but pretty positive. This is the nice Portuguese restaurant. Not this is something else, but the nice Portuguese restaurant. I always forget the name, but now I will approach it. Miraduro, yes, Miraduro. Yeah, nice ambient, definitely. And here is the preparation for some, you see this, for some kind of, I believe, a small marina or something will be made here. This is how it looked before adding this level of nice marble, although not so nicely cut, I have to say. And you see now the buildings. The 4 finished buildings, the tower under construction, and there will be some more buildings under construction. But in a lot of dirt in Sava River. It doesn't look like this all the time. It's only now during this season of very high water. It probably took all the dirt from the shores and now flowing essentially to Black Sea. But before Black Sea, it will probably be stopped somewhere at the Đerdap dam and the hydropower plant. Okay, now approaching the main area of the existing, practically, Belgrade Waterfront. The smaller part that has already been built, completed. You see the tram bridge. There is a lot of noise from the trams, but this bridge will be removed. And instead of this bridge, there will be a new nice looking bridge. This one will be moved somewhere, don't recall where, somewhere close to Shabbat, I believe, or something like that. At least this is something that I read, if I'm not mistaken. The pedestrians, it's a bit the way they did it. It is a bit illogical because the cyclist road is in the middle and the pedestrians can go left and right from it. So oftentimes there is a collision between the cyclists and the pedestrians. But okay, it is what it is. There is one of the buildings, of the regular buildings that are not towers, is currently being also under construction. And the restaurant that already existed here for some years is still operational. I believe this is a temporary object, I'm not really sure. It could easily happen that it will be removed after because the way I recall, this will be the place of this W residence building of the Marriott hotel chain. some buses and bridge and trams going. Yeah, the bridge is definitely the insulation is not quite fine. Yeah, the restaurant there. Although last time I have to say Sava Promenada, yeah, the name of the restaurant. Last time I was here, the food was not quite nice, I have to say. This is now the kiosk and the maquette, again the model of the Belgrade Waterfront, especially the tower there inside. And there are some fast food places, fancy ones. And now approaching the very W residence will be somewhere here actually. Yeah, from this side of the bridge, if provided that the bridge will remain at the same location, which is pretty logical because they will reuse the pillars and just made another top level, the very bridge. Yeah, this will be the place of this W residence building. And now we are approaching the very heart of the existing Belgrade Waterfront. The existing 4 buildings. As you can see, people are walking, enjoying the first sunny day after quite some while. It was extremely bad weather during June here in Serbia. Extremely, not maybe extremely, but quite bad. A lot of rainy days, practically the entire the last 2 weeks. When I looked at the weather forecast for 7 or 10 days, it was every day and it was rain. Okay, in reality it didn't happen that way. There were some periods of sunshine, but very limited, extremely limited. And this is now the heart of the existing Belgrade Waterfront. What I don't like is that I see that these marble plates are already being loose, so not fixed quite well. So the quality of works doesn't seem to be perfect because the whole thing didn't even started and it's the plates are already loose. Not a good sign, definitely. Cafeteria. So the 2 buildings that are nice and the additional 2 at the back that are less nice, according to my opinion. But the big terraces are oriented towards the city center and not towards the river. So despite the fact that the river is practically, the buildings are the river, the waterfront, only the limited number of terraces are looking, and the nicest terraces are only looking at it from the side. There is a side view, not the frontal view. And with this building, the nicest terraces are practically totally looking at the other side, not at all looking at the river. Probably they have a logic behind it. I wasn't able to figure it out, but okay, I'm not an expert in this field, so there is a logic, I'm more than sure. Yeah, these ones are looking at it from the side, and these ones not looking at all at the river. So what's the point of calling something waterfront if the nicest apartments with the nicest terraces are not looking at the waterfront? But it's okay. The model of a submarine. Okay, yeah. These apartments are also nice, but the terraces are much smaller than the ones facing the other side. I see now that the Buddha bar has finally been opened. And it's quite full. Yeah, this is the never-ending story. When something is hype, then it's usually quite occupied. And this is it, more or less, for the time being. So what is now currently under construction is the BW Galleria, the shopping center that will be by far the largest in the country, possibly also in the region. Some additional buildings here, one tower there, but the main tower is this thing in front of us. And there you can see the Gazela Bridge. This is the highway bridge. And behind there is the railway bridge, and the second, the old one, and then the other bridge with the big pylon. So here are some additional fast food places, a lot of cranes. But most of the activity is actually related to BW Galleria, which is just behind here. But we'll also look at it from up close. One more look at the existing buildings. This with the nice terraces, but wrongly oriented. And the construction of the tower. Kula Belgrade. Yeah, still, I mean, quite a lot of construction. There is some beach volley here as well taking place as we speak. Okay, it's still relatively limited. And it seems to me that this is as far as one can go at the moment. Yeah, the road, I mean the cycling road now, it diverges there. But let me go to the end. And this is how it looked like before, with a lot of wrecks. So I have to admit that before the construction of Belgrade Waterfront, it was a really ugly looking place. I mean, looking practically like this. A lot of shipwrecks here. Ugly. I was riding a bike here, but it was quite ugly. So the Belgrade Waterfront brought some refreshment. There is no doubt about it. But we will see at the end how it will all look. I mean, how it will look like. Many people do not like it at all because of the essentially because of the some corruption suspicions that how to say, yeah, because of the corruption suspicions. Okay, that much for now. We'll talk to you soon again.